सबैलाई नमस्कार म राकेश र TyataEssenceको अर्को भिडियोमा हजुरलाई स्वागत छ। Hi everyone, I'm Rakesh. Welcome to another video of TyataEssence. Before you even step into college, let's pause and think 4 years ahead. What will your career really look like after your graduation? The truth is, the future of work is evolving faster than most college degrees can keep up. Some college fields are evolving while others are quietly becoming outdated. So you have to ask yourself, is the 4-year college degree still worth it? Or is there a smarter alternative route to career success? This is not just about education, it's about strategy. It's about what skills you can learn today to prepare for tomorrow. It's about what backup plan you can adopt when life takes an unexpected turn. Always remember, you are the CEO of your own career, and your survival depends on how well you prepare before your boat starts to sink. In this video, I will simplify and explore how to stay ahead of your career, from choosing the right fields and future skills to creating a solid backup plan that keeps you prepared for whatever the unexpected turns the future brings.
Let's talk about your career. Not your career today, but your career in 2026 versus 2030. Why is this 4-year gap so important? Well, let's imagine something together. Picture this. It's 2026, you've just graduated, or you're about to. Maybe you've landed that first job, or you're deep in the search, figuring out what that first step will look like. Life feels. It's pretty normal, right? You did the school thing. You got decent grades, and you found a job that pays the bills. Everything seems stable. Now let's press the fast forward button to 2030. The world has changed, and not in small ways. Automation and AI aren't just buzzwords anymore. They're integrated into every industry. Remote work has completely reshaped the job market. Global competition is fiercer than ever. The cost of living keeps climbing, and entire job categories are shifting at a dizzying speed. Suddenly, that sure path you were on back in 2026 feels a little shaky. Think of it like this. 2026, you're driving a car on a nice straight paved road. It's an easy drive, but you get a warning on your GPS by 2030 this road is going to get wild. There will be sharp twists, unexpected off-road sections, and some parts of the road might just disappear and be rerouted entirely. If you just keep driving the same way you did on the straight road, what's going to happen? You're likely to skid, get stuck, or even crash. But if you hear that warning and start preparing, maybe you learn some off-road driving skills. You upgrade your tires, you study the new map pool, be able to navigate those challenges with confidence, not fear. That's what we're talking about with your career. So, why do you need to take this so seriously right now? Let's look at some real-world signals. It's just last year in 2025, the tech sector alone saw massive layoffs. We're talking over 180,000 jobs impacted globally by October. In the US, tens of thousands of tech jobs were cut in just the first half of the year. What does that tell us? It tells us that the world of work you are entering is anything but static. The old script of graduate, get a job, work for 40 years, and retire is becoming an increasingly risky bet. Relying on that old model is like using a paper map. From the 90s to navigate a city in 2030, it just doesn't work. Let me give you a quick example. Think of someone we'll call Sarah. Sarah graduated in 2023 with a degree in software engineering. By 2026, she had a good job at a medium-sized tech firm. She was comfortable. But by 2028, her company went through a major restructuring. Key parts of her role were automated, and suddenly, she found herself needing to completely retrain to stay relevant. Now imagine if Sarah had started thinking about this back in 2026. If she had anticipated these shifts in her industry, she could have started learning new skills on the side, networking in emerging fields, and positioning herself for the future. She would have been prepared for the change instead of being blindsided by it. This is why the 2026 version of you needs to be thinking about the 2030 version of you. The world is going to change dramatically between now and then. Waiting until 2030 to start adapting will simply be too late. The skills that get you your first job might not be the skills that keep you employed, let alone help you thrive just a few years down the line. The proactive work you do now learning, Adapting and planning for a future that looks different from the present is your single greatest career advantage. It's about building resilience so that when the road twists, you're not thrown off course. You're ready to accelerate. Is your college degree going to be worth it in a few years? It's a huge question, and today we're going to tackle it head on. Let's talk about what fields are future-proof and which ones might be headed for the history books. Picture this. It's 2026, and we have a student named Javier. He's smart, ambitious, and trying to pick his college major. He's thinking about business, maybe business management. Sounds safe, right? Meanwhile, his friends are looking at journalism, liberal arts, hospitality management, or even mechanical engineering. The big question is, which of these paths will still be valuable when they graduate and hit the job market around 2030? Which ones might feel, well, a little outdated? Let's start with the future-proof fields. These are the degrees directly connected to high-growth sectors. Think data science, applied AI, cybersecurity, and health tech. Or how about renewable energy systems, robotics, and UX product design? These aren't just buzzwords. They're where the jobs are heading. Why? Because that's where the world is investing its time, money, and innovation. For instance, a student who majors in computer science but specializes in machine learning is positioning themselves perfectly. The same goes for an engineering student who focuses on robotics and automation. They're not just getting a degree. They're learning the language of the future. The demand for these skills is projected to skyrocket, meaning more opportunities and better job security. These fields are all about solving the complex problems of tomorrow, from protecting our digital lives to creating sustainable energy. Now, let's talk about the other side of the coin, the fields that are becoming a bit riskier. This isn't to say these degrees are useless, but they require a much more strategic approach. The main culprits are majors that are either too generic or tied to industries facing massive disruption from automation. Think about degrees like office administration or traditional print journalism. Many of the routine tasks in these areas are being streamlined or completely taken over by AI. Studies are already showing that a significant number of administrative and office support jobs are at high risk of being automated away. If a degree doesn't equip you with transferable digital skills or sharpen your critical thinking abilities, it could leave you in a tough spot. The same applies to fields like generic manufacturing operations. If you're not learning about the automation and robotics that are transforming factory floors, the key vulnerability here is a lack of specialization and an absence of skills that complement new technology. So, let's circle back to Javier. If he goes for that generic business administration degree without picking up any tech or data skills, he might be in for a surprise in 2030. By then, most business roles, even entry-level ones, will expect a solid level of digital literacy, an understanding of analytics, and the ability to adapt to new software and tools. The manager of 2030 won't just manage people, they'll manage processes powered by data. But what if Javier makes a slight pivot? Instead of business administration, he chooses a major like business analytics or a program with a focus on data-driven decision-making. Now that's a game changer. Suddenly, he's not just another business grad. He's someone who can interpret data, identify trends, and provide real, actionable insights. He has an immediate, undeniable edge in the job market. He's not just learning about business. He's learning how to make business better using the most powerful tools available. Here's a simple analogy to wrap your head around this. Think of your degree as a tool in a toolbox. If your toolbox only contains a basic hammer and a screwdriver, you've got some useful, timeless skills. But you'll struggle when a job requires a power drill, a laser level, or a 3D modeling app. That's what generic degrees are like. They're the hammer. The modern job market often requires those power tools, the digital, data-driven skills that solve modern problems. If your education helps you fill your toolbox with both the classic and the modern tools, you'll be prepared for anything. So, what's the big takeaway here? Is a college degree still relevant? Absolutely yes. But the idea that any 4-year degree guarantees success is long gone. What you study, how you specialize, and the skills you pair with your major matter more than ever. The key is to choose a field that's not just interesting to you, but one that is actively evolving with technology and has strong future demand. So what are the skills and mindsets you need to start building today to be ready for 2030? That's exactly what we're going to dive into next. We'll break down the practical steps you can take to future-proof your career. Picture this. It's 2030. You step outside. The streets are a quiet, efficient dance of fully autonomous vehicles. No traffic jams, no honking, just smooth, silent transport. In offices, AI systems are handling most of the routine decisions, from scheduling meetings to analyzing market data. Many of the manual jobs we know today, they've been automated. Sounds like science fiction, but it's a future that's rapidly approaching. The big question is, where do you fit into this new world? Let's meet my friend Marcus. Right now in 2026, Marcus works in logistics. He's a delivery van driver, a crucial part of the supply chain. But fast forward to 2030, and his company has rolled out a fleet of self-driving trucks. The routes are optimized by an AI, and loading is handled by robots. Marcus, and millions like him, realize they're at a crossroads. The skills that were valuable yesterday might not be enough for tomorrow. So what should Marcus or you start learning today to not just survive, but actually thrive in this automated future? First up, digital literacy and data fluency. This isn't just about knowing how to use a computer. It's about being able to look at a dashboard full of data and understand what it's telling you. When machines are doing all the heavy lifting and collecting massive amounts of information, the most valuable people will be those who can interpret it, question it, and make smart decisions based on the results. You become the brain, guiding the brawn of the machine. Next is what I call AI awareness. You don't need to become a world-class AI researcher or a coder, unless you want to. But you do need to understand how AI works within your specific field. How can you collaborate with it? What are its strengths and weaknesses? How can you use it as a tool to make your own work better, faster, and more creative? Think of it as learning to work with a new, incredibly intelligent colleague. And that brings me to the skills that machines can't replicate, our uniquely human skills. I'm talking about creativity, critical thinking, complex problem solving, and empathy. When machines handle all the routine, predictable tasks, our value shifts to the things they can't do. Coming up with a truly original idea, navigating a sensitive negotiation, or leading a team with genuine connection, these will become premium skills. The more automated the world gets, the more we'll need our humanity. Now, let's tie this all together with what I call cross-domain expertise. This is the secret weapon. If you only know logistics, you might be at risk. If you only know a little about AI, you're just a hobbyist. But if you combine your deep knowledge of logistics with a solid understanding of automation and data analytics, you become indispensable. You're the bridge between the old way and the new way. You're the expert who can tell the AI engineers what the system actually needs to do in the real world. Let me give you an analogy. Imagine you're a sailor in 2026, an expert at handling the sails and navigating by the stars. By 2030, the ocean is full of high-tech ships with autopilot, weather-predicting sensors, and delivery drones. If all you know is how to raise a sail, you're going to be left at the dock. But what if you had learned how to manage the navigation electronics, coordinate the drones, and monitor the fleet remotely from a central hub? You wouldn't just be a sailor anymore, you'd be the captain. That's exactly what our friend Marcus does. He sees the writing on the wall. He takes a few online courses in autonomous systems and logistics management. He starts working with his company on a small pilot program for drone deliveries. He learns the new software. By 2030, Marcus isn't driving a single van. He's a robotics operations supervisor, overseeing an entire fleet of autonomous vehicles from a command center. He's not just employed, he's been promoted. He turned a potential threat into a massive opportunity. The takeaway is simple. Don't wait for 2030 to arrive. The time to adapt is now. Start looking at your industry and ask yourself, what tasks are repetitive? What could be automated? Then start building the skills to manage, direct, and improve those automated systems. Start practicing your creative and critical thinking skills. The future isn't something that happens to you, it's something you build. Start building your future today. In today's world, it often feels like the bigger fish eat the smaller fish. It's a tough reality, but how do you stay positive and prepared in your career? Let's talk about the mindset and strategy you need, using a story about someone named Priya, Imagine it's 2026. Priya has just landed a great job at a mid-sized company. This is her plan A, and she's loving it. She's giving it her all. She's also aware of the world around her. She's seen the news, big companies acquiring smaller ones, automation taking over certain roles, and unexpected economic storms that can rock any industry. We all remember the big tech layoffs back in 2025, right? It's a competitive environment, and the risks are very real. When a huge tech company buys a smaller startup, roles often get duplicated, and layoffs are almost inevitable. When a retail giant automates its checkout process, cashiers are replaced. So, seeing all this, how does Priya keep her spirits up? How does she stay ready for whatever comes next? The secret is having both a plan A and a plan B. Let me break down the tactics she uses, which you can use too. First, let's talk about plan A. This is the career you're passionate about right now. You need to build it with 100% of your energy. Set clear goals, constantly learn new things to upskill, and build a strong professional network. Your plan A is where your main focus should be. You're not just doing a job, you're actively building a career. Now for plan B, this isn't a sign of failure or a lack of commitment to plan A. It's about being smart. Your plan B is a secondary path you cultivate alongside your main one. It could be a related field you're interested in, a backup skill set you develop. It's a side gig that brings in extra income, or even some freelance opportunities. It's your safety net, but also so much more. A key part of this strategy is keeping your eyes wide open. You have to monitor the trends in your industry. If you start seeing signs that demand in your field is shrinking, maybe due to automation, outsourcing, or new regulations, that's your cue to start shifting your focus toward. Plan B, don't wait for the tide to go out completely before you start looking for higher ground. The best way to make this work is to invest in what I call portable skills. These are abilities that are valuable across different companies and even different sectors. Think about things like data analysis, effective communication, project management, or digital marketing. These skills make your plan B not just a separate random idea, but a natural pivot from your plan A. It's like building a bridge between your present and your future. The most important shift in mindset is to be proactive, not reactive. Don't just wait for a crisis to hit before you think about your next move. Treat your plan B as a continuous growth and preparation mode rather than a just-in-case-I-fail emergency button. This proactive approach turns anxiety into action. Here are a couple of analogies to help you visualize this. Think of your career like planting trees in a garden. Your plan A is this big, strong oak tree that you nurture every single day. It's your primary focus. But at the same time, you're also tending to a fruit tree that's your plan B if a big storm comes and damages your oak tree. Your fruit tree is still there, providing you with something valuable while you help the oak recover. Or think of it like sailing a boat. Your plan A is the mainsail, catching the wind and giving you speed and direction. Your plan B is the smaller, secondary sail. It helps you maneuver and stay on course when the wind suddenly shifts. Without that smaller sail, you might have to drop the main one entirely and just drift at the mercy of the currents. Priya stays positive because she understands this. Having a backup plan doesn't mean she lacks faith in her main career path. It means she's realistic, strategic, and prepared for the future. Many of the people who were unfortunately laid off in recent years felt stranded because they didn't have a backup, but their skills weren't easily transferable to new roles. They were caught in the storm without a second sail. Be like Priya. Embrace your plan A with passion, but wisely cultivate your plan B. This dual approach is not about fearing the future. It's about confidently building it on your own terms. I hope this gives you a new perspective on how to navigate your career. It's all about being prepared and staying positive. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. I know, looking ahead to 2026, 2030, and even beyond can feel a little scary right now. It feels like the ground is constantly shifting beneath our feet, doesn't it? Cost of living keeps climbing. Automation is changing jobs faster than ever. And we're seeing layoffs in industries that we always thought were rock solid. Just look at the data from last year. The number of job cuts, even in stable sectors, was pretty eye-opening. It's easy to feel anxious, to feel like you're just a passenger on a ride you can't control. But I want you to reframe that thought, because whenever there's big disruptive change, something else opens up. Opportunity. Think about it. When the old ways of doing things are shaken up, it creates space for new ideas, new roles, and new leaders. The people who will succeed in this new era are the ones who move early, adapt quickly, and commit to building the right skills for tomorrow, not yesterday. It's a massive playing field, and the rules are being rewritten. This is your chance to help write them. Now here's the part that might sound a little harsh, but I need you to hear it because it's the most important thing I'll say today. Nobody is going to build your career for you. Not your boss, not your university, not society. They might offer a map or some supplies, but ultimately, you are the one responsible for your own journey. You are the CEO of your career. And while that sounds like a heavy weight to carry, I want you to see it for what it truly is. The ultimate form of empowerment. When you fully accept that you are in charge, everything changes. You're no longer just reacting to what happens. You start making things happen. Imagine you're the captain of a ship sailing through a storm. Yes, the waves are high, the clouds are dark, and it's going to be a rough ride. A passenger would be terrified, helpless. But you're not a passenger. You are the captain. We're at the helm. You're the one reading the charts, adjusting the sails, and steering the vessel. So how do you prepare your ship? You build your skills. You strengthen your mindset. You create a plan A, a plan B, and maybe even a plan C. You start building your lifeboat now, not when the ship is already sinking. This means learning things outside of your job description, networking with people in different fields, and staying curious. By preparing now, you won't just survive the storm. You'll learn how to navigate it masterfully. You might even discover new, uncharted islands opportunities that others, who were too afraid to set sail, will never even see. Oh, this is my sincere wish for you, for every single person watching this. I wish you a career that doesn't just survive the coming changes, but actively thrives because of them. May you have the courage to pursue work that truly matters to you. May you find the discipline to never stop learning, to wake up each year a little more capable and a little more confident than the year before. And may you stay optimistic, holding both your ambitions and your backup plans with equal care. Because in the end, you are the architect of your own career. You're the one who will lay the foundation, draw the blueprints, and build it brick by brick. The future might be uncertain, but your ability to shape your place in it is not. You've got this. Here's to your future, and here's to building a career, not just of survival, but of meaningful, fulfilling growth. Thanks so much for watching. If this message resonated with you, please give this video a like and consider subscribing for more content to help you navigate your path. I'll see you in the next one.